from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome so much to my channel. Welcome back. I'm so glad to have you here. I hope you guys are having a great day. It is Wednesday afternoon and we are going to talk about Ellen DeGeneres. A lot of you guys have been asking me about Ellen. You have been wanting to know my opinion, what I think about it, how I'm feeling about it. You guys, I got to tell you something. For the longest time, I was trying to give Ellen the benefit of the doubt. I was trying to be objective and think, hey, anytime somebody rises, there's gonna be haters, there's gonna be people that are going to speak critically of her. And then it was just article after article after article, person after person after person, all sharing the same story. Now, I was sort of cued into it when Nikkie Tutorials was on the show. So here's the thing. Nikkie Tutorials, and I actually covered this when it happened back months ago. I don't even remember when it was. Was it January or April? I don't remember. But Nikkie was actually on the Ellen show after she made that video about coming out, and she was sort of forced to make the video because Nikkie said that she had been blackmailed. Nikkie comes out and she announces that she's transgender, which was the bravest video ever. I absolutely loved it. She was amazing in that video and I was so proud of her. And then she goes on to the Ellen DeGeneres show, who is also part of the LGBTQ+. She is a lesbian married to Portia de Rossi. And so like Nikkie felt like the best place for her to go to share her story would be to go to Ellen. Obviously, an advocate, an ally, a person that's part of the community would be a great place to share her experience. So Nikkie had said back in April and in January that when she met Ellen, she was cold. She described going to the studio and being greeted by an intern who was sort of like overworked and crabby, that when she was waiting to be interviewed, she didn't get access to her own restroom, that the Jonas Brothers got their own restroom, but she didn't get hers, that she was not greeted by Ellen leading up to the interview, and then following the interview was not like, didn't have any interaction with Ellen, said that Ellen was just really kind of cold and aloof the entire time that she was interacting with her. And she was really sort of underwhelmed and disappointed because she said she had always looked up to Ellen and said, like, never meet your idols. So that kind of prompted a lot of people to be able to speak out. A Twitter thread was started where people were like talking openly about some of their experiences with Ellen. There was a lot of people in the industry that had talked about how she wouldn't talk to them, wouldn't look at them, was rude to them, was just overall aloof, indifferent, didn't care, demanding. And as more and more stories started to come out, then there was these rumblings about issues at the workplace. Now, people that are in the industry say it's been a well-known sort of open secret that the Ellen DeGeneres show is relatively a toxic work environment and that she is not the nicest person to work for and that the overall feeling at the show is not a good one. Well, around the time that this whole pandemic came out, the Variety actually did this article where they talked about how the production at the Ellen show was going to be told staff that they would be reducing all of their hours and that, you know, they might not get paid as much. And then they had some issues with hiring non-union people to get around some, you know, payment contracts with unionized workers. People were really upset, speaking out about it, saying, you know, why aren't we going to get paid? This is really unfair. And then suddenly after the Variety puts their article out, Ellen's staff says that they're paid, okay? But there's still all of these rumblings where people are starting to talk and say, like, you know, this place is not a healthy place to work at. Her Queen of Nice, or this be kind mantra that she has, isn't true. It's not who she is. And then came the Buzzfeed article. And this is sort of where I feel like everything kind of went from it's sort of a rumor, it's kind of building, it's kind of a building, to bam. And you've got 10 former people that have worked there, 1 current, 9 former, that are all saying pretty much the same thing, that Ellen has not taught. Production instructs her not to, like, no one is supposed to talk to her, no one is supposed to look at her. People saying that in the years that they worked at the Ellen show, she never once acknowledged them, never once said hi to them, that she was kept out of, you know, interactions with them, that they would be walking down the hallway with her and she wouldn't even look them in the eye, wouldn't even smile at them. And, you know, in some of the big things from this article, and I just want to sort of say it like, here's sort of the biggest, this is sort of telling because this is how BuzzFeed's article started. Ellen DeGeneres has built her worldwide multi-million-dollar brand on the motto, be kind, with lavish giveaways and acts of charity. But behind the scenes, current and former employees on her leading daytime talk show say they faced racism, fear, and intimidation. Whoa, that's not be nice at all. And they said, this is what they said, that be kind BS happens when the cameras are on. It's all for show. That's what one of the former employees said. I know they give money to people and help them out, but it's for the show. So basically, all these people from her show, they say they talked to 1 current and 10 former, so 11 total people, all who wanted to remain anonymous. They said several of them said that they were fired after taking medical leave or bereavement days to like attend a family funeral. One of her former employees said that there was a mental health issue where she had to go into a psychiatric ward for a short period of time to manage her care. And when she came out, she was notified by the production that her job had been eliminated. One employee actually claimed that she was fed comments about her race, including a former, like someone on the production staff telling her that they don't remember any names of the non-white cast members, or that all of the, Black employees look the same, and talked about the microaggressions that they experienced while working there, and that when this employee, brought to the attention of the issues going on set, dealing with these microaggressions, she was labeled the PC police, and they sort of dismissed her. And she said she ultimately left because of it. And one of the employees, this is their quote, if she wants to have her own show and have her name on the show title, she needs to be more involved to see what's going on. I think the executive producers surround her and tell her things are going great, everyone's happy, and she just believes that, and it's her responsibility to go beyond that. So they're saying that the executive producers are the ones that are leading the charge, and they've kept Ellen completely out of this. Now, once all of this sort of gets out, they respond to BuzzFeed, and this is what they say. Over the course of nearly 2 decades, 3,000 episodes, and employing over 1,000 staff members, we have strived to create an open, safe, and inclusive work environment. We are truly heartbroken and sorry to learn that even one person in our production family has had a negative experience. It's not who we are and not who we strive to be, and not the mission Ellen has set for us. For the record, the day-to-day responsibility of the Ellen Show is completely on us, and we take all of this very seriously, and we realize, as many in the world are learning, that we need to do a better show and are committed to do better, and will do better. That was the response. There's all these issues that are brought up in the article. I don't want to go into full detail because you can read all of that yourself. But as a result, none of this sounds good for Ellen. You have all these people coming out on Twitter saying she's cold, she's rude, she doesn't talk to us, she's mean, I don't like her. Nikkie Tutorials, a really large YouTuber who had this massive video with millions, I don't even remember, 30, 40 million views for that video. One of the most, I would say, it'll be one of the most remembered videos on YouTube ever. And she has an experience that's negative. And then you have these employees that are saying this. And then after the article comes out, you've got other employees that don't want to go on record that are basically saying they are so glad that people spoke out because this has been a known issue. So if it's a well-known industry secret and now it's become public, how are they going to handle it? Well, the parent company that owns this, Warner, let's see, Variety actually was the first to report this. Warner Brothers Television sent a memo. Now, this is what they said. The Ellen DeGeneres show has become the subject of an internal investigations by Warner Media following numerous accounts of workplace problems on this show. So basically, Warner Brothers Television sends a memo to all of the staffers, and they're saying that they are engaged on the show, and they're having an employee relations group and a third-party firm that are going to interview current and former staffers about their experiences on set. They said that, the show actually declined to comment, but The Today Show made a tweet yesterday saying that a source close to the production of the Ellen DeGeneres show has confirmed to NBC News that Warner Brothers has launched an internal investigation into the show amidst report alleging a toxic work environment. And then they had an interview with Miguel NBC, who provided more details about it. So now there's going to be a third-party investigation. I'm not necessarily sure like what they're planning to find, or if there's going to be changes that are going to be made, whether or not this could end the show in general. I don't really know. You know, Fox News now is running that it'll help, the show will be tanked. There's been rumors for months since all of this stuff started coming out that the show would be canceled. The show has not been canceled. It's on a current hiatus in the summer. This appears to be a bigger, deeper issue in a workplace environment where there are workplace laws that would, you know, protect people that are, you know, minorities and, you know, have mental health issues, and the Americans with Disabilities Act. Like, workplace violations are a humongous issue. And so if people are coming out and there's, you know, they find that there's issues on the show, I'm imagining they'd have to do things to make changes. I don't know that they would actually cancel it. I have no idea, to be honest. But the interesting thing is that Ellen hasn't really said much of anything. I'm surprised she hasn't really responded to any of these rumors. She hasn't stated anything publicly. She's been so quiet with everything that's come out. And that makes me really shocked. So she hasn't said anything publicly, but a source close to her said that she was at the end of her rope and that the allegations were not a passing thing. And she was very upset with everything and sad about all of the allegations coming out about things. I'm actually surprised that she hasn't publicly addressed any of this and been like, yeah, you know, I haven't been the nicest on set. I could be doing things differently. I'm really sorry that people feel this way. And I feel like sometimes when you're this silent about something and you're not addressing things, like, I get not addressing things, Ellen. I get like you can't respond to all criticism. But when these really big things come out and you are not addressing them, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good that you have a massive YouTuber that's saying that you weren't kind to her. You have all of these people now that are saying very similar things. You have employees talking about how they were treated at work, and you're not saying anything, and your production is trying to say that it's their fault, not yours, which you're the one that's name is on the title of the show. So I agree with the former staff members that you do have to take ownership here. It is your responsibility to be nice to people. And I don't feel like even with any level of fame, you should ever feel like you're above people. You should always be willing to speak to them, be kind to them, be nice to them. I get having a bad day. I get being snarky. But at the end of the day, like, girl, you got to say something. You cannot keep being quiet here, right? I don't know. Tell me what your thoughts are. Do you think that this investigation will lead to anything? Do you think that Ellen is on the edge of being canceled? Do you believe the allegations? Is it weird that she hasn't said anything? Tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below. Bye, guys.